Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's reading will be a candle wax reading about the topic of what will come in the next 2 to 3 weeks. Option 1 is the gray bowl with the green candle, and option 2 is the white bowl with the pink candle. I'm going to begin now with option 1. Hello, option 1. You chose this green candle. Now let's see what's coming for your next 2 to 3 weeks. It looks to me like someone's going away, but it's not a bad kind of thing. It was like a smaller droplet that separated from the family, like maybe a child going on a trip, maybe to see a family member far away, something like that. But something pleasant with a younger family member. And this could have a nice domino effect of them creating a string of nice memories. They may share these pictures and memories with you. I am seeing also some potential blockages, but minor ones. They should dissipate pretty soon, probably by the end of the month, by the end of the 2 or 3 weeks. I see some things coming together for you, but I'm seeing a moon, which makes me think that you don't see this happening yet. Something is likely to come in sooner than you expected. And for the ones who had the younger family member going on a trip, they may have to come back a day or two sooner than expected. I'm seeing a clover here. So you can also expect some random good luck. It'll probably be small things though. So far I'm not really seeing any major big changes. Just lots of smaller pleasant things that are going to occur. And I got the impression that some of you are probably happy to hear this. Your life may have been a bit hectic lately. So smaller, happy changes are probably a blessing for you right now. For some reason, I just saw a little dinosaur looking figure that reminded me of Godzilla. I don't know if you have any ties to Japan or anime or any of that sort of thing resonates with you. Maybe you like old monster movies. And next to this is forming a green cup. I don't know, maybe you love Japanese culture like I do. There could be some elements of Japanese wisdom or some kind of memes or other reels that you could see that would help you to feel more peaceful, that are revolve around Japanese sayings or legends. I'm also seeing a big green heart, and so I'm thinking perhaps you should be spending some time trying to heal your heart chakra. There could be some little issues that come up that you could easily resolve, make yourself feel better at the emotional level. Once again, I'm seeing a small wall on the candle, which makes me think that the that you could have some small energetic blockages with your heart chakra, but they're small and you could easily resolve them. So take a little time for some self-love and some self-care. I'm seeing angel wings, and I'm seeing that this could mean a few different things. For those of you who have angels as spirit guides, you could turn to them to ask them for some help. But I'm also seeing the indication of flying with these wings here. So that could mean pet birds or it could mean travel. Either one. If you have pet birds, keep an eye on them. They could sneak out. Make sure you keep an eye, make sure that there's no open windows and doors at the wrong time. For others with the travel, I'm seeing also a bow, which would be like a gift. So either someone could bring you a gift from their travels, or you could be thinking about bringing gifts back home from yours. If it's your own trip, I don't see it being more than a 2 or 3 day trip. And it should be a relatively pleasant one. No major snags, maybe a few minor ones. I'm seeing a little bean. Why am I seeing a bean? Oh, a new little bean, as in a new baby. Okay. You could get news that someone, not you, but someone else in your family, uh, could be pregnant. It's not someone that you see very often, though. It'll be a more distant relative. And pay attention when you see butterflies outside, if it's that time of the year for you. It could just be a nice, happy memory that you make looking around at the scenery, or it could be something significant, some sort of an idea that comes to you. So just try to take a moment to be quiet and pay attention when you see one. Okay, I think that's all for this one. My fingers are getting hot. All right. Let's see if there's anything else I see. I just heard a message from Spirit to know that you are loved and that everything's going to be okay. All right. And that's all for option 1. I'm going to move on now to option 2. Hello, option 2. You chose this pink candle. Let's see what's going on for your next 2 to 3 weeks. Something is blooming but it's going so slowly. So slowly that if you aren't paying attention, you might miss how much it's growing. And some things are starting to come together for you. Should pick up the pace within the next week and a half to 2 weeks, though. I was seeing almost a snowflake shape, though. So I think some of it may either need to be done in a unique way, or something may come together in a unique way. It may need a customized plan in order to come together properly. And I'm seeing Mickey Mouse ears. So that makes me think of cartoons, makes me think of Disney. They could be significant to someone. It also makes me think of the saying, someone's all ears. Be careful what you say and who you say it around, because there may be people listening that you hadn't thought about being in the room or being in the next room, something like that. I just saw a triangle, and this is a pink candle, which often represents love and romance, so you might want to be careful of that too. Make sure nobody puts you in a triangle, third party kind of situation. It'll only be for a few of you, but it doesn't hurt to pay attention to what's going on. It could also be that with the all ears, it could be that you're hearing gossip about somebody else and what they're into. I also see closeness and affection with someone or something small, like a child or a pet. It could be particularly memorable over the next couple, 3 weeks. Some very cute little moment. Hopefully you'll be able to catch it on video. Or maybe your kid with a pet. Something like that. I'm seeing like a dimming of the light. I'm thinking that everything starts nicer for the first week, but during the second week, things could be a little harsher. There could be some kind of stress or bad news that makes things a little more difficult. I'm trying to figure out if it gets better within the next 2 to 3 weeks or not. Okay, it's going to be rough for probably a week at least. It does get better sometime in week 3, though. This could have some lingering significance after the 3-week time window also, though. And it's like this is forming a round gem, kind of like a cabochon, or like a rose quartz, like you would put in a ring or some other kind of jewelry. Wearing some rose quartz might be helpful, or carrying it with you. It could also be a link to antique jewelry, perhaps a grandmother. Finding a piece of your grandmother's jewelry, something like that. May bring some kind of pleasant nostalgia. I'm seeing a seahorse, which makes me think of a masculine that's taking on unusual responsibilities, maybe helping you out with things that they normally wouldn't help you with, trying to help pick up the slack. And that should brighten things up for you, make things easier, speed things up. And I just heard, don't be too proud to accept some help. I'm seeing a comma, which is making me think that you might need to take a pause. Remember to take a breath now and then, especially if something unpleasant is going on during the middle of this time period. And I think that's everything. Let me look for just a second more. Yeah, that's all the messages for this. Although when I put the candle into the bowl, it made a kind of a ringing sound. So during this time, I would say that during the stressful moments, it might be a good idea to use singing bowls if you have them, or maybe use some kind of soothing sounds to help you through whatever stress you're dealing with, and to meditate if you can find some time for it. Okay, I think that's all now for option 2, and I hope to see you in future readings. Take care. Bye for now.